are you?
Okay, my name is Enosh.
Yeah.
I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Plymedia.
Great.
And Plymedia does video enrichment. We actually provide video sites and video broadcasters the ability to have their video become interactive.
Yeah. And we're here in Tel Aviv, Israel, right?
Right.
Is that where you're located?
No, we're actually located, our headquarters is in Palo Alto. But our R&D
I come all the way to Israel to meet somebody from Palo Alto?
Yeah, that is the case. And actually the R&D is located here in Israel. And we have another office in Germany.
Okay.
We do some technical support and so on.
Very cool. So you won Best of Show here. There was a startup contest where I guess it started with 20 or 30 startups that submitted to be considered here. And,
yeah, I think there were.
And I was one of the judges, so I was pretty impressed with what you guys did. So what is it that you do? Why don't you give me a little demo and show me what you do?
Sure. So later on, I'll give you maybe a little demo about the other applications that we have. But we have here one of our customers called JibJab, and what we see here is. What you're seeing here is the video site after a very simple integration, about 30 minutes. They have the button here that you see, the sub button is actually an online service that we're providing around the world with subtitles, voice overlays, sign languages that are provided to all sites. As you can see, the language is chosen according to the IP or according to the view of the viewer. In this case, they defaulted it. And when you think about it, what subtitles gives you is a huge advantage because it actually converts audio into text. And the textual world is very mature these days. So everything that you have to do with searches is obviously, you can do it. The capabilities are just tremendous with these things. Some of the companies or broadcasters we work with require other types of services. Could you go just for a second to BigThink, for instance?
Sure.
It's another site. This is a company that had wanted sponsorships, so it actually sponsors sponsors the views or the subtitles themselves with this ticker. Obviously, that is a dynamic ticker. Every action that a person does on it creates an event. Some of it is commercial, some is not commercial. The usage of it. Obviously, you can close it. You can close all the capabilities, and what you're seeing now is a transparent layer actually overlaying the video coming from our servers. So the natural experience is if you leave it off and you mouse out, this is the natural experience of the video. Once you mouse over the video itself, you see that you interact with our server, and actually we bring you the different services. We today provide worldwide solutions for everything that has to do with languages, from subtitles through voice overlays, dubbing, all these different services with a huge network of language capability companies that we work with.
Right. Now, as a video producer, because I produce video, I'm filming you, how do I get this stuff on my video? How do I find it, and how do I pay for it? How do I?
Yeah, we have two models. One is that you pay for it. You just hook up to our services. After 30 minutes, the services start working on your site, and you just give us the URLs of videos that you would like. There are news syndications that provide us on a daily basis the list of all their videos. And in some cases, like in the case of BigThink, they're sponsored actually by advertisement or sponsorship capabilities. So we provide the sponsorships for the services.
Okay.
It really depends how invasive you want to go.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see another customer called Meta Cafe.
Sure.
Jazz up a video.
Just put down the volume down. And what you're seeing now, again, this is the natural view. The natural view of the video is when take out the mouse down. This is how a video is watched on Meta Cafe.
Yep.
If you mouse over it, this is it. This is how you see it. Now, if the viewer wants to see a little more, what he could see is there's a list of a few plies, we call them. These are layers. These are user-generated. This is the list of all the list of all user-generated plies that were created. If you could scroll down on the plies, on more plies, just a second. So this is the list of the different views of people. You can see them according to the amount of views that they've been seen, how many bubbles, when they were announced, and who gets the credit for creating them.
Yep.
And now we're going to go. This is an example. Every piece of information that's overlaid on top of the video now is linkable. and is synced to the video itself. So now we're gonna go back, call on the layer.
The Wi-Fi here is really bad if you're using Wi-Fi.
Ah, we are. Okay, so now we're going. Now we're in edit mode. You see the grid there is actually informs you that you're in edit mode, and we could do from different types of bubbles. So we could put a thinking bubble. This is coming from the comics world. So if you want, we'll just say hi now, and you could play around with the colors and with the textures of the different thing, whether you want it 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional, transparency of it. Obviously, it's linked into the timeline of the video itself. So the person that's going to see it from this point on, now we're going to just pull on the timeline.
Yep.
And you could work in different resolutions according to the time, according to your needs. Some of the, you could add in pictures, some of the commercial stuff that's been used with our services were these types. Everything is linkable, so we'll add a link now to this eBay. So I'll just put your ebay.com. And that's it, you're done. From here on, now we'll play around with the time a bit. And again, it's a really fast process. You could take it to whatever level of interaction you'd like to. And we're going to add now an application called Skype. We hooked up all our services and all our databases to third-party applications. The same way that widgets have been communicated with social graphs in the case of Facebook. We've done the same thing with the video. So all our different partners, content partners now can enjoy any third-party application. In this case, it's a Skype application. I'm just going to write down my email hooked up to it, and when somebody presses on it, an automatic call is actually created.
Wow.
Okay, so we're actually, who taught us that were a few e-commerce affiliates that were playing around with these types of services.
You get a sense that you can do a lot on top of the video to make it more interactive, to take people's places, to give them more data, to give them multiple languages, all sorts of interesting stuff. So. Yeah,
so we're not only the place of providing the tools, we also provide the content itself.
Yeah.
So in the case of language, it's obvious that the media companies always require you to provide them the data itself. It's a headache to take care of subtitles or to get in language accessibility services. So we take care of all of that, including services that are in the more information side. So when you have somebody and you have an image, the clickability of it or the tagging of it is done actually can be done by the publisher itself or by our services.
Cool. We'll just end up by watching this. And where do we find out more?
Plymedia.com.
Yeah, that's your URL right there.
Well, actually, this is it.
Yeah. And so you're going to show me the Meg Ryan video here, and what?
Yeah.
Just talk me through it when you're playing, and we'll end up with that.
Well, it was always, people always wanted to know a little more about the information like we do in the textual world. So in some cases, there are applications that are more on the commercial side, as the one that we're seeing right now. Very common. I'm not sure that for the long run they'll work, but in many cases you want to know what's the name of the actor that you're just seeing. Yeah. And we provide you that information in real time, and we can bring it down from IMDb or any other source of metadata, or like a geolocation of that site, where that's taken the Cat's Deli, for instance, in New York. So we provide these types of services of hooking these third-party applications to these services. Translations, we provide worldwide translation to all languages within an hour. Companies get today translations into 6 to 8 languages. This is a third-party application by a company that provides mobile services. So they take the video together with the layers on top of it and send it to your mobile device worldwide. Yeah. And there are a lot of different, since we've opened up our application, our services, we can grow exponentially with the types of services that could hook up to our metadata.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for showing
us
to me, and congratulations on winning Best of Show here.
Thank you.